Welcome, Isabel Arniz, to our program, Do It for the Wellness of Your Life. Thank you very much for coming here today. I know you're coming from far away, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much. I am honored to be here, and I can't wait to share about my book and my experiences and this time with you.
Excellent. Before we go into the book, can you please tell our beautiful audience a little bit about you?
So I love science. So I always loved science since I was in school and high school. So I did a Bachelor of Science, and then I did a major in biochemistry and molecular biology. I then went on to do honours research, and finally I finished off with a PhD in physiology. And then while I was doing my PhD, I realised I didn't like to do research as much as I thought I would. But I'm very passionate about teaching, so I ended up working at the University of Sydney in a teaching focused lecturing position. So I wasn't required to do research in that position, and I definitely loved teaching the students and sharing my knowledge with them in terms of physiology. However, I had to spend my whole life at the university, and I was traveling quite a lot to get there every day. I live in the Blue Mountains, and so it was a bit of a hike every day, and having children and a family and trying to have a life together and all those things together was quite hard with large workload. So I decided that I wanted to try something different, something outside of academia. And after I left about 4 or 5 years ago, it took me actually a couple of years to really think as to what I wanted to do. But eventually I started working on a book, the one that you're holding on, and it was because it had all the components that I like, or the things that I like doing. So I like to help individuals, and I like to teach and show people how to do things. And so that's I guess what kind of took me to, and I have a close connection to weight loss with having members in my family who have struggled with weight loss for all their lives pretty much. And so it was close to me, having experienced that personally growing up.
Also, as a doctor and doing lectures on the university about physiology and about all the wellness for people, that I think that will be a very good book to read and to understand, because all that knowledge is put in here in a very easy way for people to understand. Well, before we go ahead to the actual book, you said that you have people in the family that they have some issues with the weight loss. So that was the actual motivation?
So that was one of the main motivations. So there's close members of my family that have struggled and have lots of health issues because of the being overweight. And the other reason is because I don't like the way that obesity is perceived by society. I think there's a lack of understanding of what obesity is. There is a lot of prejudice, I think, and stigma with overweight people, that they're lazy and they're not trying, and which is completely wrong, of course, because there's a lot happening. It's not just about weight and exercise. There is a lot happening with your hormones, and it's a lot to do with the environment and your behavior and things that you do, like sleeping, and there are many things that affect weight. And so there needs to be, I believe, a a better education around obesity and what it is. And whatever is being used at the moment is not working very well in Western countries because 2/3 of the population is overweight. So the systems that are in place or the techniques or weight programs that are available, they don't effectively work. They only work in a short period of time, but not long term.
Yeah, well, most of the people, they go for those like quick fix diet, you know.
Yep.
I'm guilty of one of those.
Yeah, of course.
Because every time, like as people know, I dance and I do shows, and every time I want to lose some weight, okay, I'm gonna do my quick diet, you know, so I can lose a little bit weight here and here, so look a little bit better. But I know that it's not the best way to do it. So
Yep.
I'm really into this book. It's amazing because it says releasing weight, compassion. You know? So be compassionate with yourself, be compassionate with your surrounding, and try to use it to improve. I love the title.
Yeah.
You know?
So first of all, I mean, you look great just, you know, without having to lose any weight. And I think that's something that there's that association with slimness and beauty. And this book is completely not about that. So it's about health and well-being, and people are beautiful no matter the size. So I think it's more about your inner kind of beauty that it's about that glow that people have when they're happy and they're being themselves, and it shows to their outside. But I think my book kind of focuses more on the health aspect of it and the importance of it, because being overweight, as I'm sure you know, is detrimental and can lead to so many health conditions long term. So it's about having that compassion and understanding, cherishing your body, understanding that you only have one, and that you can, you know, if you stuff up that body, then you can't have another one. That's the only one you have in this lifetime. So taking the time to do that. So the book is there is steps that you can start taking towards losing weight, and they're based on physiological concepts. And the way that you would use the book is by just being gentle, like you said, to yourself, and not having unrealistic expectations, and forming achievable, actionable steps that are not going to be very draining to your life. And so that's one of the things that is very important. And if you say you decided that you were going to introduce some exercise routine into your schedule, you might do it for a couple of weeks, and then you don't do it after that, and then you're like really hard on yourself and you feel like you fail. But in actual fact, if you look at the bigger picture, the previous months you wouldn't have done any exercise, and this month you've done exercise for 2 weeks. So that's an improvement to before. So it's about acknowledging what you have done, not what you haven't done. So the glass is half full, not half empty. And then just choosing to, okay, well, I'll start again next week with so just not, feeling guilty. There's no need for guilt or shame or like feelings of failure. It's about just that continual travel towards your destination, towards your goal.
So I don't have to feel guilty if I eat something, if I eat a chocolate after this.
I think not. I think it's enjoy it, and it depends what your goal is. If that's what your goal is, to reduce the amount of chocolate. I mean, there are some good qualities to chocolates. It has a lot of antioxidants. But they're not very yummy. Yeah, they are very yummy, and they.
But we have to make the choice for ourselves. As you say before, we have only one body, and we have to look after the body that we are in. That protect our soul.
Yeah.
We're gonna go a little bit more deep into the book. Okay, we're gonna go into the first chapter of the book. Okay. And it's choose to believe you will release excess weight.
Yeah, so I think it's really important for any goal in life that you're gonna do to believe that you can achieve it. You have to aim high, and Because if you already think you're going to fail, you'll already failed before you even started. So it's always important to have the right mindset, and your brain, you subconsciously start taking steps in that direction if that's what you believe. And it's also, the placebo effect is a scientific phenomenon. I'm sure everyone has heard of the placebo effect, and you actually, to have a proper methodology in an experiment, you have to have a placebo to make sure that it isn't your thoughts that are affecting the results of the experiment. So I guess why not use that in your favor? And just choose to believe would be the first step, is to choose to believe that you are going to achieve this weight loss without having a specific, perhaps, time frame to it, but taking steps, always taking the next step without being overwhelmed about the big picture.
When we're talking about a little bit of the big picture, and we're talking about a little bit of mindset. The book helps us a little bit to change a little bit of our mindset about how to losing the weight. Just a little bit of explanation for people that doesn't know what mindset is or doesn't understand how that works is basic on knowledge, and also basic of using the part of your brain that is not conscious.
Yeah, I think so. I think the mindset is, your conscious ideas and understanding, as well as your unconscious programming that you've had as you've grown up, based on your experiences of life and the setbacks you've had, and how you've interacted with people and how that has affected you, that has shaped your subconscious mind, and what you find, I guess, dangerous or that you may not do because of you've had a previous bad experience with it. So I guess it's about, and I guess you can tell a lot about what's in your mindset by looking around you as to what you've kind of created in your life. What steps do you take, and do you always make an excuse for not doing something? Is there like an excuse that's very often used, is that there's not enough time, I don't have enough time. I don't know if you've had any experiences where you, like I certainly have all the time.
I do, but I also find out that I do have time for the things that I put as a priority. Okay, if you actually put as a priority to look after yourself, you will find the time. It's just like you have to choose to become your priority. Most of the people, they choose as a priority of looking after someone else, or look after the job. It's the priority, the job, providing, and they forget about themselves. They put second or third, on the list. So that's why the time is not a priority for them to look after the diet or to do a little bit of exercise. So if you put on the rank of priorities to really look after your body, because your body is actually what it do everything for you. Okay, that's your body is the one that is going to help you to look after someone else. Your body is what is going to help you to achieve your goals and to improve in your work or do the job that you do, safety and healthy. So it's just to get into that mindset, that your body is the priority. Your health is the priority, because without it,
you can't do anything.
You can't do anything.
That's right. And I guess it's unfortunately, but I think in society there's that kind of underlying kind of belief that you shouldn't look after yourself first, that you should look after other people first. But I kind of want to question that. I want people to question that and to think the other way around. Well, if I don't look after myself, who's going to look after my children? If I don't look after myself, how am I going to be able to do a job, to earn money, to then, buy things for my children or, for my household or whatever it is that the things that you care about. So I think it needs to be switched around. it needs to be questioned at least and discussed, you know.
And that's why we doing this program at the moment, just trying to show people that they can do it for the wellness of the life, you know, the wellness of their own life and the wellness of others as well. Also to help us with the mindset, we need a little bit of calm in our life, you know.
And there's so many ways that you could achieve calmness, isn't there? Like, you know, you could do meditation and use oils that you like to meditate with.
We're here in DFWLife. We have a few range of natural products that we do. We do candles, aromatherapy.
Okay. So these your candles?
Yes,
yeah? Okay.
That's the candles that we use to achieve that calm, that help us to get the mindset to improve our life, you know.
Okay. And so what kind of what is in your candles that you do?
On the candles at the moment we have soya, you know. They're very natural candles, and you can have it for a week or so, and it's just part of your meditation program.
So you light them for a week, is that right? Or
No. You have to light it for the time that you do the exercise or the time that you do the meditation.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're very, very, very relaxing. You know, we also have another things related to the calma, related to get into the mindset that help us to improve. But going back
to peaceness,
yes,
and, being at peace. Yeah, okay.
Going back to this beautiful book. I'm going to show into the camera here, okay, one more time. We're going to go into the first chapter of the book and going into the mindset and actually believe that you can lose the weight. There is something here that I was reading, and it says, you never fail until you stop trying.
That's right. And I think that is something that it's a very healthy attitude to have, I think, you know, because, you know, no one's perfect and we're not born knowing how to do everything. And it depends, I guess, what people are around you as to the skills that you develop, I guess, and you build on them. But if you get disheartened and you don't keep trying to develop yourself, you won't achieve, I guess, your full potential or who you really are, or what what the meaning of life is. What did you come here for? So I think it's a really, really important thing, like, to have in your mindset, to just keep working towards your destination, towards your goal, towards what you believe is your passion, and bring to joy and happiness.
Yeah, and like as you said before, even if you try and it didn't work, or you try and you stop, okay, don't be hard on yourself. Just go back into it, you know, and be proud that you've done something before and you are willing to achieve that again, you know. So it's really, really, really good saying. So never fail until you stop trying. So if you don't stop, that means you're going well. You're going well.
Yeah, I think so. And I think you can't fail simply. If you keep trying and keep working towards where you want, you're going to get better in your skills, and eventually you will achieve your goals that you have.
For everyone, if you want to achieve your goals and if you want to actually believe in yourself a little bit more, believe that you actually can look after yourself and you can do it, you can lose that extra weight that you have, we're gonna share with you the links, the link of the book, the link how you can find Isabel here on DFWLife. And just to wrap it up for today, because we're gonna continue with this book. We're gonna give you more tips about how you actually can lose that extra weight. Compassion, you know, with like believing in yourself and do the best as you can. We're gonna continue on the next episode. Just for today, thank you very much for being here with me. Thank you for taking the time, and I really appreciate, and thank you for the book.
Oh, thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure, and I always love talking about this, so thank you.